Hi, fourth graders. Today we're going to continue our study of customary measurement. Today we're going to talk about capacity. So we have studied already length and we've studied weight, and now we're going to study capacity, which is actually liquid volume. So the exact definition of capacity is the amount of space an object takes up, which means the amount of liquid in something, liquid volume. For example, if you are drinking a glass of milk, the capacity of the cup would be how much milk it holds. Same thing for my coffee, or same thing with a pool or your bath. Capacity is the amount of liquid something holds. And this is a review from last year. So when you're talking about capacity, the main thing we are talking about is these 4 units right here: cup, pint, quart, and gallon. And these are things that you learned in 2nd grade. A new one we're going to be learning about is fluid ounces. So each part here tells you about how much liquid volume each of these hold. So these are great things to be thinking about, especially in the section of your Go Formative today when you are trying to figure out how much something holds. So, for example, a fluid ounce is about a bottle of nail polish. So I want you to think about a bottle of nail polish. It's very, very small. How much capacity, how much liquid volume is in there? For cups, it's about a measuring cup. It is exactly a measuring cup, because a cup measurer is exactly a cup. A pint is about the size of a plastic water bottle. So think about how much water is in a plastic water bottle, and that's what a pint is equal to. A quart is a carton of orange juice. So as you notice, we're going from very small capacity, from a little bottle of nail polish, to a measuring cup, to a plastic water bottle, to an orange juice carton, and now to a large gallon. A gallon is the largest capacity measurement that we will learn about. It's in the customary system. And so today I got our groceries and we have a large gallon of milk, and it takes up a huge space in our fridge because it is a large unit. So now the important part here is I'm going to show you this is actually a really great way to memorize the different units of capacity in the customary system. Why I like this is because when you go to testing, and if you ever aren't near your phone or an Alexa where you can ask her questions about capacity, this is a great way to easily remember the different units. So what you do is you start with a gallon in the middle. And unfortunately, this is something we actually make when we're at school together. But since we're not there, I'm just going to show you one, and you can also print this one off. So in the middle, you have a gallon, and that would be the body. And what happens is, if you notice from the gallon, that's his body. We're going to make his different limbs. We have his arms and his legs. So what's really awesome about the gallon man is that 4 quarts are in a gallon. So his 4 different limbs equal a gallon. Now here in the gallon man, we're going to double that. So here we have quarts, and notice here that within each quart there's 2 pints. So when you have your quarts, now you can draw 2 pints. And this is really great because this shows us that there are 2 pints in 1 quart. But in a gallon, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pints. The next step is like his little fingers and his toes. And these are cups. And notice once again, it doubles. So we went from quarts, they doubled to pints, and then pints doubled to cups. So this is really neat because it shows you that there are 2 cups in a pint, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 cups in a quart. And in a whole gallon, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cups. So probably for today, the best thing for you to use would be a conversion chart like this one on the slide. Because it's going to be easier for you because the units are right there. But this, once again, is a great thing to memorize because you're not going to have a conversion sheet on your tests like MAP testing or the ISEE. You're only going to have what's in your brain. So memorizing this gallon man is awesome because it's a great strategy to use and it's a little trick to help you. So now that we know the different units of our gallon man, or the different units in customary capacity, let's work on converting these units. So it is the exact same strategy and that you used when working on length and when you were working on weight. Now, we talked about two different ways. One way is remembering that if you go from a small a small unit to a large unit or big unit, you're going to have to divide. Remember, we titled this a small dead banana. Think about it as going from really small to really big. And you can divide that way. The other way we talked about was a big measuring stick or long measuring stick. You're going from a big unit to a small unit. And here we have an M because we have to multiply. If you don't like that way, you can use our other strategy where we make a proportion. So let's try that right now. Say we have a problem that says we are going from 5 gallons, let me make it so you can see, to blank pints. Okay, so remember, what we need to do is first learn our conversion. So I'm going to look for the one that has gallons and pints. So let's see. Here's a gallon and here's a pint right here. 1 gallon is equal to 8 pints. So I'm going to write that in a proportion. 1 gallon is equal to 8 pints. And remember, all I did was look over here to get that measurement. Now, if you want to try to remember them, you could go over to your gallon man, and you can see that 1 gallon is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pints. Now we're going to make them equal. And let's see here. We are talking about 5 gallons. So remember I told you, you want to make sure that the units of measurement line up. So if we're talking about 1 gallon here, we want to make it to 5 gallons. So let's see, how did we get from 1 gallon to 5 gallons? Well, I know that 1 times 5 is 5, and 8 times 5 is 40. So that means that there are 40 pints in 5 gallons, which means if I had 5 of these big ones, I would need 40 pints to make that up. Let's try one more. Now, the gallon man does not show fluid ounces, but fluid ounces, as we talked about, is a very, very tiny amount. We said it's like the amount of nail polish. So let's say I have the problem, 2 cups is equal to blank fluid ounces. Okay, so I'm going to take out my conversion chart. You can use the one in the slide or the one I gave to your parents to print out. And we're looking for the one that has fluid ounces and cups. So I see here, 1 cup is equal to 8 fluid ounces. So I just take that exact conversion. 1 cup, 8 ounces, fluid ounces. Okay, so now we know we have 2 cups. So remember, I want to keep the cup part together. So I have that here. I want to keep those units together. So now if I keep those together, I know that I'm keeping my fluid ounces. So how did we get from 1 cup to 2 cups? Well, 1 times 2 is 2 cups, and 8 times 2 is 16. So our answer is 16 fluid ounces. Now, when I met with 4B yesterday for Math Help, Maitri had a really great question. She said that some of the questions you guys were getting were not on the conversion sheet. it would be asking you something that was not cups to fluid ounces, but instead would be pints to fluid ounces, and that's not on our conversion sheet. So let's try to solve one of those together. Let's say that I have 2 pints, and I want to figure out how many fluid ounces that is. Okay, well, I use my conversion chart here, and just like Maitri said, fluid ounces and pints, let me zoom in. Fluid ounces and pints isn't on there. So what I have to do first is I need to go from pints, what I have here, to cups. So let's do that first. The reason we're going to do that is because I do see here that cups go to fluid ounces. So first I'll go from pint to cups, and then my second step will be from going to cups to fluid ounces. So let's try that together. So it says here that 1 pint equals 2 cups. So 1 pint, 2 cups. Just wrote the proportion here. Remember, now we have to put what we know together. So we know about our pints. So I'm going to put it on top so that our units can be together. Okay, well, we know that 1 pint times 2 is 1 pint times 2 is 2 pints. That's how we got there. And so what we can do is, now that we know the top, we do the bottom, times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And remember, here we're talking about cups. So that means that there are 4 cups in 2 pints. Guess what? We could also use our gallon man for that. Look here. If we know that we have 2 pints, this is why the gallon man is so great. If we have 2 pints, let me focus it. 2 pints together means 1, 2, 3, 4 cups. 2 cups. There we go. All right, so now we know that. We know that there's 2 in 2 pints, there's 4 cups. But the question wasn't asking about cups. The question was asking about fluid ounces. So now we do our second step. Now we're talking about cups, 4 cups, and we're trying to figure out how many fluid ounces in that. So remember, if we said that 2 pints is the same thing as 4 cups, how many fluid ounces is there? So let's see. We're now looking at our conversion chart to see how many fluid ounces are in a cup. Well, it says here, let me get a little closer. It says here that 1 cup equals 8 fluid ounces. 1 cup is the same thing as 8 fluid ounces. Okay, so here's the fun part. We know that we're talking about 4 cups because we found that 4 cups were in 2 pints. So remember, we want to keep our units, our similar units together, cups. So we have 4 cups. So let's see, how did we get from 1 cup to 4 cups? Well, we multiplied by 4. 1 times 4 is 4, and what we do to the top, we do to the bottom. And 8 times 4 is 32. Can you guys see now why in 3rd grade I told you to memorize your multiplication facts? This will really help. So 32, and we notice here we're talking about, always have to match up the bottoms. We're talking about fluid ounces. So our answer is 2 pints equals 32 fluid ounces. And thank you, Maitri, for asking that question. Good luck today, guys. Use your gallon man chart to help you. Use your conversion chart to help you. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Good luck. Bye.